Did I do that right? I think I did that right. Yeah? Okay. Turn that down. Wow, I'm a lot louder today. Look at that. Wow. No, that's better. All right, let's get this started. There's a thing over here. That's not the right button. This one up here. And somewhere over here. And that gets us into the thing, which puts us... Hey there, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time it might be in your part of the world.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It's so good to see you. My name is Jeff Fritz, and today is August 15th, 2024. We're going to write a little bit of code today. PowerShell Freak getting us started. Hello, hello. Why didn't that come through? My audio's screwed up more here. Love that. Thank you so much for 5 gift subs into the channel. Getting us started right there. Look at that. Stool Penner, Leading Lady, Old Balded Grumpy, Stony Eagle, and Core Functions Initiated. You just got gift subscriptions. And I'm going to make some donations to a tech charity. Thank you so much for that support. Wow. Wow, we're getting started early. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to take a quick peek here and make sure that we've got things set up right. Junie Von Esch with the resub. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I think my audio monitor isn't configured right here. Hang on. Yeah, that looks right. But it's not outputting. It's not outputting. There should be a thing there that happens. Let me see.
Oh my.
No, we're not getting this. Oh, this is going to be wonderful to go through. What happened here? Oh, I hate when this happens. No, that's the right one. And there's this thing over here, but it's not that. It's not one of these. I need to be able to hear the sound effects because there's a whole thing, right? There's a whole thing that happens here on the channel that I want to be able to do. What the heck? And nothing's appearing on the Windows update moved around. Yeah, look at that. All of my default settings got moved around. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And the UI's not updating properly. Oh, great. That makes me feel wonderful. Output. Yeah. Yeah. See, nothing's working. Look at this. None of the sound effects, none of the things. I'll risk you. Thank you so much for the resub. Give me just a second here. Love the new .NET Aspire hat. Thank you. We'll talk about that just a second. Hang on. That should be a thing. And then it's somewhere down here. And these things, I don't know about them until the actual stream starts, and then things happen, and no. We're not going to have sound effects. Oh, wonderful. Makes me feel so good that I've done all this work to get things set up just to have it all tossed to the wind when we're trying to get in and have a good time. Yeah. I know you can hear that, but I'm not getting it coming back in my device. So that makes... Yeah, that should be coming back through here. Yes, the headphones are plugged in. Yes. No. I can see it happening. I can see it playing. No, it doesn't know this hat yet. I haven't trained this hat yet. And I can't train this hat because Azure cut me off from Custom Vision AI, which is really annoying. And we can take a look and try and wander through and fix that today. This is my attention stuff. Yeah, I'm not getting any of these sound effects. Cymax, thank you for the resub. Why am I not getting any of this? Like, none of it is working. And it's really annoying me.
Oh my.
Stream elements bits. Yeah. What a pain in the neck. No, I'm getting nothing. Well, I'm not going to get anything because of... No. Mm-mm. Think it through, Fritz. Like, I'm not even seeing it coming through on... Pardon me for a minute here while I'm getting this. No. No.
And then?
Right, this is supposed to be the mix coming in. Come on. USB 1.2. I'm passing it back on 1.2. Then I have the mix coming back to you. $13, $14. So this is the challenge with having quite so many audio feeds going back and forth. And now when things change, it hurts. Quite frankly, it hurts.
Oh my.
So it's supposed to be on that one.
Great Scott.
Mm-mm. No, the audio monitor isn't playing through for me at all. Which allows me to hear all of those things. Yeah, I know you're hearing it. I'm not. So, right, half the reason for that's fun is that you get a response out of me, and I'm not getting any of that audio coming back. It's not sending to the mixer at all. If I turn it off and turn it back on. We're even in a hype train, and I can't do anything about it. Like, did it disable the monitor by default? I did a patch on OBS the other day, but I don't think... Like, it was working just fine yesterday. And I know you're getting the audio out. I don't know why. And I can't restart. You're not supposed to get that. It said mute the output. You weren't supposed to get that. Put my own stream on another tab. Yeah, then you're going to hear echo. The monitor tabs are not working. The monitor configuration is not working in OBS at all. You're not supposed to be... I have the monitor turned off for the attention. And I'm sorry, I have the output turned off. You're not supposed to hear this at all. But that played. I don't have a solution for this. There's nothing I can do. It's literally broken. You didn't hear the oh my. Okay. So if I turn that played, you should have heard that, but I'm not. If I put it on the same feed,
Oh my.
yeah, I'm not even getting it when I output it on the same feed here. This doesn't make sense to me at all. Back over here. It's not even coming in on that. Now, the monitor is broken in OBS. Okay. I'm going to have to just run without it then. Something is wrong with OBS, and it is not playing any of my sound effects locally to me here. All right. What can I tell you? Thank you so much for the hype train. It's one of these things that I can't debug and fix until we actually broadcast, and it's not working. Let me say hello and thank you to folks. Napalm is here. Thank you so much. Lanky Scottish nerd. Ahmed, hello, welcome. Well, I was doing okay, but now this. Cymac, thank you so much, and PowerShell Freak, thank you so much for the gift subs. Chandler, how you doing there? You like the new hat? We'll talk about the hat in just a second. Thank you so much. Junie, Reg9K, Dr. Cox, hello, good morning. My apologies for the technical issues here. Eggsy, how you doing there? Al Risky with the resub using the Prime. Much appreciate. Yeah, status code 500. You have no idea this morning. It has been it's been a morning. Johan, how you doing there? Yeah, it's pre-Friday. You weren't kidding. So continue here. How you doing there, Sarah? Hello. Any Techorama Netherlands plans here? I've never been invited to Techorama. Never made it over there to that event. Never made it to the Netherlands. Was supposed to go for TwitchCon a couple years ago, but didn't happen. Yeah, I can't turn it off, turn it back on. That doesn't work. So even when I routed the monitor to another device, here, let's even do this. We can cheat and try this as a potential solution. And set the monitor to go to my other display here, which means it's not coming in on my headphones, but so what? I'll be able to hear it anyway. No, nothing. The monitor in OBS is broken. The feature does not work. That's a shame. Continuing scrolling here and catching up with things. Ohana asks, is there any documentation on deploying an Aspire project to Azure App Service? No, there is not. The reason for that is the direction that they're encouraging folks to go is Azure Container Apps. I received a request yesterday on the Visual Studio live stream to explore and put together a demo, some documentation about going to App Service. That's something that we can do, but it'll be off the books. It won't be official Microsoft documentation because the supported tool, the destination to go to, is Azure Container Apps. So I do have that on my to-do list. There's all the audio debugging. So, yeah, thank you for the hype train. How you doing there, Deflux? Hello. Did that thing you were talking about that be better than Build in the Fall ever materialize? No, it was. It unfortunately the the budget was withdrawn from that one too. So no, didn't happen. Did I resolve my custom AI login issue with Microsoft? No, nothing there. Blazor.NET 8 to .NET 9 upgrade. That's what we're going to do today. We do plan on moving to AKS at some point. Can't do that for quite a bit. Yeah. So I can't do anything with custom vision. Let's head over there. Right? I can't do anything with the hats. Like literally, it may have just shut down and shut off the entire hat feature because can't log in, can't do anything with this. Like, and there's no direction to go here. So custom vision AI. Let me get some music playing in the background here. I'm gonna get the Stream Beats EDM playlist going here today. There we go. This is music that's DMCA free. It's royalty free. Check it out wherever you like.
For 3 months. C#
Big thanks to Harris Heller and his team of creators publishing EDM, synthwave, R&B, rock, even holiday music at streambeats.com. What the heck was that? Whatever. So, like, I click sign in, right? And I go through the process. Yes, send me the notification. Send it. No. Yes, I agree. Okay. So, that's a thing. So the question then becomes, like, who do I even, I can't even, there's no support to even reach out to. Really? I don't know what the story is with the remember where things are on my multiple displays, but randomly I have windows that get thrown to my extra display that's quite frankly turned off. Custom vision AI, and right, I'm logged in, but I don't have access. So I can't go to the Azure portal. Let me try opening it over here. Like the more details button. Yeah, I click that and it says here, look, and it's a bunch of GUIDs. Like what? That's a storage account, static web app, Azure AI services. Yeah, where do I submit it is the question. So my Azure AI services are turned on. I can't show it on screen because there's IDs and keys directly on screen here that I can't share. But I'm... Developers. It's not clear at all what changed. Yeah, I'm trying not to get doxxed here. I'm going to reach out and be a loudmouth about this, and the bosses hate when I do this. I don't have a choice. There's no help button. Like, there's no support button here at all. Contact us. All right, fine. We'll try that one. And that opens an email. No. No. Yeah, I tried using a private browser session just now, and it didn't work either. Right, I'm actually in a private browser session right now, and when I click sign in, it still blocks me and says, you don't have access. Right, here, I'll do this one more time. I spent a good hour yesterday cleaning out stuff that was in my, on my phone, old videos, 4K videos that my kids had wanted me to take of things when they were in school. No, I don't have access. Hey, do they have a... No. Azure support friends. Did something change with custom vision AI? I am now blocked from being able to log in with a "you don't have access" message. I have been using this service for several years. And they'll get back to me in 5 to 10 hours. So, that's fine. Whatever. So, we can't do anything with the hat demos. That's a shame. Because, yeah, I've got a new hat today. But, something changed? No. Oh, trust me, C# Titan. No, there is no free trial here. No, okay. So we've got 2 technical issues so far on stream. Let's go for the hat trick. What else can we get to here? Dear God. It's going to be spicy Fritz Day here. We are not going to be happy. We are going to be angry about a lot of stuff. This is awesome. SSO can't detect my device to log in from? What do you mean? So, try the login on another screen. I'll tell you what. I'll even try it from Edge. We'll try it from the Edge. The Edge, the edge of the universe here, and log in there. No, dude, bad timing. So, try and log in here with this one. And it's going to be a fun day to watch Fritz get annoyed and frustrated and get in trouble. Look at that. Oh, I misspelled it. Really? 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 Nope. 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 There is something on Microsoft's side that is blocking me on it. So, can somebody clip that real quick? And I'll be getting that submitted. There are things like this that, on one hand, the folks at Microsoft appreciate me bringing to their attention. On another hand, they hate that it happens on a live stream. So, what do you mean conditional access? Yeah, there's no support. The contact us is an email button. So, trust me, there is no free trial. Trust me. I've been paying a lot for custom vision AI for the past few months. Add Shrek. Hey, Ellie Face, hello. Yes, I got banned for sending cat memes. No. Hopefully, this gets a little bit clearer here. Oh yeah, doing crimes. That's me. So, monitor audio in OBS is broken. It doesn't output to any of my audio devices when I change it. Custom Vision AI is blocking me and saying that I'm not allowed to log into the service that I've been using since 2018. Okay. And I've been paying for it. Yeah, I get the error message that it says device not recognized. I get it. Device state unregistered. Device identifier not available. Something in Custom Vision is connecting me to my corporate account. We're on an ad break for the next 2 minutes. Something is connecting me to the corporate account is what it feels like, even though I'm not logging in with that account. And it's throwing me out here. So if we try it on the corporate enrolled machine, where when I do sign in, I do have, and this is one of the reasons that I keep my corporate account separate, so I can log in with the corporate account. See that? And they screwed up their tenant management on that service. There is something screwed up about the tenant management on Custom Vision because I was logged in with my corporate account and it saw the other tenants that I belong to on my personal account. And I don't care that I'm talking about this on a live public stream because these are public issues that are happening on the live service. I am not giving away any secrets because, quite frankly, you would run into these also if you were logged into more than one tenant. So it's logging me in over here. I am like 90% positive that if it lets me in over here, no. Oh, okay. I don't have access to it no matter what. But I do under Microsoft. So there's something that changed in my Active Directory that removed me from this. Oh man, this is so stupid. Thank you for being a paying customer. You're not allowed to access this. Thank you, UNESCO. And I will keep that there. So, all of our telegraph lines are going to catch on fire. Yeah. GitHub blew up last night. Now, this has been happening for 2 or 3 days. We've come too far. We have to go back to tying notes to birds. Never should have taught the rocks to do math. True. I should get free credits after this? Apollo, do you have any idea? Let me back up a second. Let me tell you a little story. I have several bank accounts that I use to manage the various services and things that I use on the internet. I get charged for my Azure services. I don't use Microsoft corporate credits because I don't want to see the experience that corporate has. I want to relate and show you and demonstrate here's what you can do in the public. So I get charged for when I present and show things on stream. My usage of custom vision AI, I pay about $70 a month for the hat gimmick that you use. Literally, I'm paying $70 so you can type !hat. Okay? It doesn't work. It's not going to work. I had a bill come through for my Azure subscription Tuesday night. And it was going against an expired credit card, a card that literally just expired. Literally, when that invoice was sent, I received an email that said, "Oh gosh, the invoice was sent to a card that's expired. You know, hey, send us another payment method so we can keep your account current." Within seconds, my entire set of Azure subscriptions were all disabled. I was sent an invoice, given 0 time to respond to it, and my entire Azure presence was completely shut off. I'm going to be talking to people about that one. Like, and the invoice didn't have a due date of the 12th. It had a due date of 2 weeks out. And it literally shut me off the next second. That's a problem that somebody needs to talk about. Yeah, Spicy Fritz Day, that's what's going on here. And we're going to be... Yeah. If a Microsoft is experiencing issues like this, it doesn't look good for the company. You better believe it. Do I get escalated priority? No. God, no. Last month in July... Oh, this is a good one. Sit back, friends, and let me tell you this one. Because I did escalate this one. Same thing happened. I had an invoice come through, and it was going to a wrong card or something like that, and they shut off one of my subscriptions. Like, fine, no problem. I went back and there it is. Go pay, and away it goes. Everything came back online except a MySQL server that was running out there on my subscription. Everything came back online except for a MySQL server. So I went and looked at the MySQL server, and it was in disabled state. Not active, not started, not shut down, disabled. You couldn't touch it because it disabled it because it took me more than 5 seconds to pay my invoice. I opened an issue. They didn't get back to me for 3 days. So I escalated the issue. I called a vice president at Microsoft about the issue. It took 8 days to resolve this issue. Once I finally got an engineer involved, it was the last 2 days of that. Something that's valuable to me is the customer support, customer service experience. And this is something that I'm going to go back and talk to folks and see what we can do to fix. Because as an organization,
for 14 months. C# shades.
We're not helping folks. And we're going to fix that. So, the other thing that I want to try and check, the last thing I want to try to check on the Azure portal. So, did they change a security setting is the question they're usually good about sending an email that, hey, we're changing a configuration of a thing. Did they change something? They changed a corporate policy on AI, but I can't even log in to attempt to use custom vision. Oh, here we go. Hey, can I send them a DM to respond to the issue? Sure. I have accounts on customvision.ai that I log into and use with my personal subscriptions. The subscription ID that I'm working with, I'm surprised they're responding so quickly. It is, and I'm going to send them that number. And then I want to talk to you. I want to get into and do this .NET 9 upgrade and talk about some of these other fun things that are going on. The service I'm trying to use is called I'm live on Twitch right now and dictating these messages to you. Here is the clip of the experience. And this is where Ionescu's help there is going to kick in. Thank you so much for that. There we go. So they've now got a video clip, they've got a description, they've got an ID, and everything. X is over capacity, and they're not letting me send messages. Great, now Twitter's down. Are you kidding? There we go. Like, what? All right, let me continue here. Quick to take the keys away, but they take days. They took a week to give it back. Yeah. And even pulling the executive into... No, didn't help. Just go to Oracle. Oh, you have no idea. Oracle is worse. Oh, my gosh. So... let me see here. How you doing there, Wise Otter? Thank you so much for the sub. Yeah, OBS and Azure issues all at the same time. It feels good. Feels real good. So, yep, same. Is my account admin on the AD? Yes. And that wasn't something that I had to set up before. And I don't have a custom vision. See, like, this is why I'm saying, was there a security requirement or something changed out there? Yes, I can access the Azure portal. Was there some new requirement about custom vision in Entra that we were not informed of? So this is a joy. Some services do that during outages. Yep. They should credit for me. Nope, they won't do that. Did I manage to get the auth working with Keycloak? Nope. We're going to be spending time. I'm going to be calling engineers and writing some samples and building some documentation around that, because it is that's a whole nother kettle of fish that I literally. So what Famda is referencing there, I've been trying to get for yesterday's stream. I've been trying to get Keycloak, right? Keycloak is an identity provider tool that you can get in a Docker container. It's open source, easy to deploy. Subscriptions aren't region hosted. This service I don't like when I have to tell people how to do their job. So where was I? So I've been trying to get this identity provider hooked up and working with our demo that I was giving yesterday. There's lots of folks that have shown, hey, look at how easy it is to use with ASP.NET. It's real easy to set up and hook up to these things, and everybody's doing that for APIs. Nobody does this for websites. The one sample on the internet that does do it for websites is the eShop demo that our friends David Fowler and Damian Edwards have, but they built it with Blazor. And they tell me that Blazor and Razor Pages have the same security configuration. If you've done any work with both of those, no, it isn't. It's not. So, what do? How do we fix this? That's what I'm trying to resolve. Omnifetus, what's wrong with your account? You cannot post. You're banned. You've been banned in other channels that I trust. I don't know why you've been banned, but because you've been banned in other channels that I trust, you're banned here also. Hey, Robert Tables, hello. Have I got something to show you with .NET Aspire? It's OIDC. So let's talk about OIDC for a minute. Right? OIDC is the Open Identity Connection capability so that you can log into one service and you get logged into other things, just like I'm trying to do here on screen with Microsoft account. It's a really cool feature and capability that we take advantage of all the time. You get logged in with your Apple account, on your phone, your Google account on your phone, and you're able to access a lot of services. It's a really cool capability that makes it easier for you to use services across the web. The amount of configuration that's needed to set that up inside of an application, a web application, I don't care if you're using ASP.NET or you're using Node, you're using Python, is a nightmare to set up. It is insane how difficult it is to set up. I think we as a community can do better. All of a sudden, that was weird. All of a sudden, things started happening on my Azure portal that I was just looking at. So, setting up OIDC, and here's the other killer, right? There's a huge list of instructions. It is very complex to set up OIDC for ASP.NET Core. Some might say rightfully so, because you need to make sure you have all of these features. I look at it like stereo instructions, right? So, and I've had these similar conversations with some of our friends here in chat about this before. When you're teaching somebody a new topic, and I think I do a good job with this, Scott and I like to think about 3 steps of teaching somebody. Okay? Crawl, walk, run. We want to teach folks how to crawl. We want to get you doing the basics. Hey, this is how it is to set up and get started. You need a little bit of configuration with that. We're going to teach you to walk and show you some additional things you can do. And finally, we're going to teach you to run and give you, here's the complete set of options that you can do with this and how it integrates with all these other things. The way that the security documentation for some of these technologies, and I'm not referring to ASP.NET right now, is off the chart sprinting, and they're throwing you in to the middle of mile 5 of the Boston Marathon. We're going to do a better job with that. That's something that I'm going to work on over the next month or so, and we're going to do a better job with that. The things like .NET Aspire that they've done, and why I'm reaching out, I'm trying to urge on our friend Robert Tables here, is that there are things that .NET Aspire helps you do by default that we should be doing by default. We should be doing things to help with observability and reliability and durability of our services. When we build and work with containers, set up connections between those services, make requests to databases, hey, retry them if there's an error. These types of things. Good logging with OpenTelemetry. And I know Robert Tables and I talked about OpenTelemetry some time ago, but getting that logging and presenting properly, it's built in by default with .NET Aspire. And it gives you the right path to do the right thing with 0 additional configuration. That's what I'm talking about. That's helping folks to crawl and getting them doing the right things that you want to do, that you should be doing. Then I want to get you walking. Let's get you using, configuring, and adding more things on here and building and extending it your own way. And then we're going to get you running, deploying, and using it in Azure, AWS, GCP, Kubernetes, the way that you need to with all the bells and whistles configured the way you want. We're getting there. Seems to be an issue for a long time in custom vision. Custom Vision now supports RBAC since 2020. I've been using this since well before 2020. So unless there's something being enforced now that I don't have configured, so it's not going to find it because I can't train it. You spent 3 weeks trying to get it right in an end-to-end tutorial example with different render models. Exactly, Famda. So the frustrating thing about some of these configurations are there isn't an authoritative bit of documentation that does the crawl, walk, run approach. And the samples that are out there do this 3 different ways. Keycloak even has official APIs to build and run and work with it. They don't work either. I'm going to get to the bottom of this and put together video, documentation, and get some articles in Microsoft Learn to make that easier for the next folks to set up. Because I think this is something that folks should learn and understand better. Isn't there an OpenAI alternative to using Azure Vision API? I don't know. Is there? I've been using Custom Vision since 2019. It's got that great user interface that allows me to select, here's the image, here's the thing to identify, and define what it is. My APIs work. Let me actually add that. Additionally, my APIs that I use to access my API keys that I use to access the service do work. The Azure Vision service, and I can view the service in the Azure portal. Okay. Yeah, there's a ton of plumbing and config going on there. Yeah. Oh, for we'll talk more about that. Give me just a second here. Do Microsoft take these feedbacks on Azure seriously? Don't know. That's another vice president that I might be calling. Frustrations leading to less secure alternatives is what concerns the... Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So... Is the AI-focused .NET config can help? ResNets, I think. What? Try again, Eric. I don't understand what you're saying there. All right, let's... Yeah, you're right. So Ellie and Nick were saying, oh, here comes Spicy Fritz. This is not going to be good. Yeah, we're going to have quite the day here. And we're going to try and do a .NET 9 upgrade live on stream. So, but Eric, we do have... So Tuesday next week is .NET Conf Focus on AI. All right? I'm actually... doing some work on it this afternoon. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, that is a one-day event talking about all kinds of AI things you can do with .NET, focusing on large language models, OpenAI, those types of things. Bill O'Reilly this and do it live. That's the goal. That's the goal. We're going to get right into this and do a couple of these things live on stream. Oh man, and I'm trying to calm myself down. I am. Set a timer for 2 hours. All right. So we're going to update the Aspirify.net website. And what makes doing this website, getting this website updated, is that it is live. You can go to it right now. Will we get Steve again? Oh, our friend the Waz. Come on. You can go to Aspirify.net right now, live. And I will show you. This is our website that's all about all the things going on with .NET Aspire. But what I want to show you is down here at the bottom, I put notes about which version of .NET it's using, which version of .NET Aspire it's using, and there's even a render time here because this website is heavily cached. So you can see all the information. You can even see the version hash. That doesn't mean anything to the typical person out there, but you can see all the things. This is built with Blazor. It's built with .NET Aspire. It runs on Azure Container Apps. And yeah, I need to leave those over here. Okay. So you can check it out. We're going to update this. We're going to get this over to .NET 9 today. Can those speakers from there that can help you with these issues, you're seeing maybe the next level with less resource? No. No. Different. This is different. This is an Azure service. So. Developers. Yeah, my OBS monitor just is not working at all. Are Ellie and Nick still there? Because this OBS monitor issue is just grating on me, and there's nothing, literally nothing I can do about it. I'm wondering if they're seeing something similar. What's next? .NET X? I don't know. But I can't hear any of the audio alerts or anything today. And I'm probably not going to be able to get that fixed until I reboot and update OBS or something. Like, is there an update? Nope, no updates available. Okay. Yeah, it's probably not going to be until I at least reboot. So, I've tried that, the Onyx runtime that works with ML.NET. the models that are made in Custom Vision AI will not work with that. So I want to try updating this to .NET 9. Let's see what happens. There's all my configuration inside the application, but I'm going to start simple here, right? I already applied and installed the latest version of Visual Studio, so I'm on the preview train, so I have the 901 Preview 7 version here. So let's check out, create a feature branch, and see what we can do. This is a chore branch, it's not a feature. And we'll call this Net 9. See what we can do to get this working. So I'm going to push, mark the upgrade, the upstream, so that we can get that labeled and ready to go. What am I doing? GitHub, C# Fritz, Aspire.net website. Cool. Set up the pull request. This one. I know there's nothing. You're not going to let me do it yet. Fine. Be that way. Easiest way to upgrade to .NET 9. Ready? Let's just start walking down the list, because I might have a couple projects here. A few. So let's just start right up at the top here. 9. And manage NuGet packages. And I'm just going to wander down and just start touching and updating these. If only build properties had been used. It's a one-time thing. Hey, Frank. So, yeah. No sound effects, and Custom Vision AI says that I'm not allowed to use the service anymore. So, so let's update. These are all going to 9.0 7 versions. And once this is built, yep, go ahead, accept. We'll kick it on and start running. Do I have another preview channel? You're on preview 1? No. I'm on the public preview. That's coming from... Okay, so these are upstream projects. That's fine. That's fine that it doesn't depend on any other project, so let's build. Package restore failed. Well, that's... We're going to have to go to some of these other ones, I guess. Yep, but that build succeeded. System drawing common 470 as a known critical security vulnerability. Okay, update that then. Next one. Let's go into this one, because I know this is way down the stack here. .NET 9. Save this one and we'll check the NuGet packages, check the references on this, and we'll kick that one over. Include pre-release. So there is a new version of Azure Data Tables, HTML Agility Pack. Sure, do it. Make sure that updates. When I think of getting those packages to solution level, I want to step-by-step go through. I could just say go update everything. I need to set the version number inside of each project. So, yep, that succeeded. There's a bunch of warnings here in here. I'm terrible about keeping those updated and cleared out. Let's do this one, build tasks, that actually looks at, and this doesn't have any dependencies, but it looks at the versions of things and decides what version to report So we'll do the data migrations. I'm trying to pick and choose appropriately here which ones to go after. So let's upgrade service defaults to .NET 9 and manage the NuGet packages for that one. Yep. Lots to update there. Go ahead and update that one. There are new features in the OpenTelemetry capabilities that we're going to pick up and start to see showing up here. So we're good there. Hey, bald-bearded Biller. Hello, hello. Someone actually yelling Scott? No. You have no idea how much trouble I get into. You really don't. Let me take a look at the thumbnail service here. So that's referencing common and service defaults. So this is one of the ones that I do want to be able to update. These are Aspire packages, so I'm going to make these 9 versions. And let's take a look at NuGet packages here. Yep, go. So that one, all right. Maybe I'll make that a 9.star as well. So that sliding version, oh boy. Service defaults, project assets JSON does not have a target for .NET 9. Well, that's going to be a problem. Go back over here. I thought I had you working. So here's service defaults. Succeeded. Service defaults contains all the things for stuff like, yeah, here, let's take you. Update that. Manage the NuGet packages on that. Something doesn't feel right. What's the one that's listed? Extension service discovery. Let's go take a look. Service discovery. Okay, there's no preview version for that. All right. But that built. So now if I come back over here to thumbnail service, take a look at this one. You wonder if Copilot can do it all? No. Directory packages, props. Different. Maybe. Why did I not wait for RC? I didn't feel like it. Microsoft Extensions hosting. It's saying this one. We'll change that to 9.star. And let's see if that builds now. Failed. There we go. So unable to find extensions HTTP resilience with version greater than 9. Ah. So service defaults. It doesn't like that because it's on a preview. What's interesting is why didn't it throw that error before? I don't think that actually... Let's try rebuilding that one. And... failed. Okay, web, unit test, thumbnail service. Yeah, so, okay, we're running into a notation issue here. So here's somewhere where I should use build props and just throw these all over. Let's do something about that, right? Let's add a new item here and add right. right, is it build.props? Is that the name of the file? I always get this confused, and I've done this, I have this in one or two places. Like, I know I have it in the Blazing Pizza application. There is a build props hanging in here somewhere. Or maybe not. Blazor Workshop? Directory build props. There it is. And I want to get that syntax. So what I'm doing here, what was suggested, and it makes perfect sense, is I want to write a file to disk that the projects will inherit from and will take the latest version of things. Is there a .NET New template for build props? I don't see one. No. Okay. Notepad, what was it? Directory. There's a format for this name. I gotta make sure I get it right. Directory.build.props. And this contains a series of properties. Yes, create that file. Don't mind if I do. So I'm going to create a property here, and I will call this Aspire version. And I know it needs to be 9.00-star because it's a preview version. Save that, go back over here. I'm going to bring it in. The solution folder there, you don't know exactly where it lives on disk. So you kind of have to add it after the fact. So now, right, make sure I'm using this correctly. When we're in an actual project, we can reference that property with this syntax, $parens property name. So let's go back to service defaults. Like that. And now I can update the Aspire version through the entire application with one change. So I'll go back to thumbnail service up here. So these Aspire versions here, I'll just paste in. What happens if I go to the solution and change the target framework for the whole solution? You can't change it for the entire solution. There is no version for the entire solution. Different. I didn't think there was a build props, right? .NET New. I can't grep. Oh, there is one. Look at that. So this should now build. Yeah. Why is it writing to publish? But I didn't see any errors in here. I don't know why it's hanging like that. There we go. Cool. So we can continue rolling that out. So I'll go over here to the counter service. And we'll change you to 9. And I'll replace these Aspire references with this. Same thing with extensions hosting. I'll update it there. Oops, missed the quote. Thank you. And rebuild that one. Done building. Where are you going? Good. So, and I'm keeping an eye. See the source control indicators here? I'm keeping an eye on those to know which ones I've gotten done. Yeah, the directory build props you can use to configure a bunch of those things. Yep. So, there's all kinds of build configuration arguments you can pass in to change the behavior of things. Yes, yes. So, okay, that's it for the services that are out here. So let's try app host next. Right, and here's, look at all the Aspire packages here. We're just gonna, can we just do a replace on these? Can we do something like that in the current document? Don't want to rebuild that one just yet. That one I should have done last. Yeah, we'll do the same find and replace on here. Any other ones that we need to update? No, we're good. These ones might need to be updated. But I think that's it. Manage. Don't do the user secrets. We've already tried to dox ourselves several times. Yeah, they want me to open the Azure folks want me to open a support ticket for this. Yeah, go ahead, update all those things. That's fine. All right. That's all updated, and it... NuGet package restore failed, it says. Really? Check that again. Because I think we've got this. Right? Did it update? No, it... Yes. No. It did. Okay. So... No, I was on the wrong one. Right, it was the website was the one that I was trying to work on. Yeah, we're good on that. Okay. So, rebuild that one. Interesting. 4 succeeded. Okay, last one. Let's see if we can get app host to rebuild. Package restore failed. If it failed, why are you still going? Okay, unable to find Azure provisioning with version... Azure provisioning in app host. Take a look at that one. I'm not referencing that one. Azure Resource Manager authorization. I'm not referencing that one either. So these are versions, these are dependencies that it's referencing that aren't published? Azure.provisioning, like that's an indirect reference. There it is. 0.3 is the only version referenced and out there. However, it's being referenced with 1.0.0 alpha. What's... Let's take a look. And right, it's an indirect. No. App host. No. Is it under that one? No. Aspire hosting. No.
And then
Aspire hosting. It's got to be under one of these ones, but it's not there. So where is it referencing this? Yeah, .NET 9 is still in preview. So there's a dependency somewhere in there that I can't resolve, and it's not showing me how to resolve it. Azure Resource Manager Authorization, that one's not coming up. And looks like we changed some APIs here that's going to break app host. Oh, we didn't do the unit test project either. I didn't want to do that one. So it's this. We're good on those. Yeah. And rebuild. There's known security vulnerabilities in there, but there's no way for me to resolve them. Neat trick. Okay, I've double-clicked on this, and you're not telling me where Azure.provisioning is. No, it's not under the framework. There's too many of these. There's no. No. Azure provisioning wouldn't be in there. It'd be under here. But none of these are Azure. Yeah, it's not going to be Poly. Okay. So we've got feedback. Does solution search help? I don't think so. No. Azure.provisioning. Azure.provisioning. No. So this is a new feature where it's showing you the transitive items here that it can't do anything with. This is exactly why we're running a preview, is to give these types of feedback. Error reports of invalid or missing transitive NuGet dependencies are unusable. It's great that Visual Studio tells me that it can't resolve a package. But there are no actions that can be taken, and no indication, no report of where the transitive dependency comes from. Why am I not dictating this? That's not it. No, not the gaming thing. Is it H? There it is. It would be great if when I clicked on the error in the error log in Visual Studio, if it took me directly to the package that has the missing transitive dependency. I didn't even say that last bit right, and I got it right. It's more difficult to complete my work. Yep. And this version is 1712, preview 1. Include a screenshot. There we go. Cool. Maybe the output. So that's the next thing is, let's look at the output window. Right, so can I find in here Azure provisioning? No, it's not in the window. So next step, let's go over to the console. Spirify web app host .NET restore. That's where is that being referenced? Depends on Azure. What? Not compatible with Net 8. Wait a second. Data migration service, text JSON, hang on. Project Aspirify data security is not compatible with Net 8. I thought we updated this. Yeah, .NET 9. Why is it looking at .NET 8? Get that stuff cleared out of here. I'm in app host. It's right here. Net 9. It's right there. Spirify web app host CS proj. Net 9. It's right there. So what's still referencing? What's still referencing .NET 8? Okay, this one needs to be updated, but this isn't referencing those things. Right, there we go. That's still on the gimmick. There you go. And let's see if there's NuGet updates for these. Really? Okay. So if I try to rebuild that one, which isn't referenced anywhere else. Oh, the data migration service. There it is. I didn't update that one. Still. That's app host. That's okay. We're not there yet. And the website. Looks like we've got an issue there to address. Take a look at this one. The data migration service. Right, this is what does all the updates. So Eric, it's telling me it's referencing a 1.0 version. 1.0 alpha version. Right? 1.0 alpha. 2024-03-15. I don't know where to get that. Stop it. This is... So I bumped that to .NET 9. Let's open it in Package Manager. And update here. Yeah, look at all the update. What? Yeah, there we go. So, once again, extensions hosting in there. I'm going to change that so it's pointing to the Aspire version. I feel like these ones I should set to like an ASP.NET Core version. That's not a bad idea. Let's do a quick search for Net 8.0. See if there's anywhere else it's referenced. Doesn't say there is any. .NET Clean. .NET Restore. 2 errors. Somewhere Azure provisioning is referenced. Yeah. Security vulnerability, but NPG SQL in app host extensions needs to be updated. But I'm not referencing it directly, right? Here's one of those places I'm not referencing it directly. .NET list include transitive. Is that a thing? Go up one. .NET. What's .NET list? List references. Okay. Where's the solution file? .NET list, Aspirify web solution, and there's an include transitive. This is going to get ugly. No. Package. Yeah. All right, let's put this into packages text. What do we got? Aspire. No, it was Azure. It's something provisioning, right? Nope. Nope, it's not listed. I'll do it. Let's go to the error here. in app host, Azure.provisioning. Cannot be found. And it is not directly listed here, nor is it listed in that. Let's go to app host. References these packages. No, not in the list. App host is referencing Azure Resource Manager authorization. That's not in the list either. So we're looking at some versions that don't exist in public. Okay? So, what if I force that version and install this directly? The fact is, something is looking for version greater than this. And that's not it. Let's get down into the weeds. Let's get down into the weeds here a little bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Project, assets, JSON. I will find you. And I will kill you. Aspire hosting Azure 9.0 Preview 3 references Azure Provisioning 1.0 Alpha, which does not exist. This is fine. If only I had David Fowler's name right here in Teams, ready for me to click. Let's see if somebody's already reported this issue. This is on Aspire. Right, and let's just double check the Aspire version. This is Aspire hosting Azure. Last updated 23 days ago. What? Oh boy. All right, issues. And this is Aspire hosting Azure. See if somebody references this. Wow. No. Nope. Bug report. Aspire hosting Azure 900 preview dot. Sorry, grab that whole version. That's fine. References a non-public Aspire provisioning. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. Let's start with the title because it pretty well describes what I'm going to say. When I run .NET restore, I get this package reference graph. Reference a current public version of Azure provisioning. There we go. Steps to reproduce. Update a .NET 8.0 project to .NET 9 and update .NET Aspire packages to 9.0 preview star. And this version is attempted to be installed. Where's that report? Ta-da! Right, you want me to run .NET info? Sure, happy to do that for you, friends. And then we'll come back and talk to chat a little bit here. Oh, wait a sec. Am I missing? Hang on. .NET workload. Is there a... No. Is there a preview? Yeah, include previews. Fantastic. Am I missing that version out there? Right now I'm getting previews for the .NET MAUI stuff also. Hey, Alu the Crow. Use 8.1 even on 9. Most of that 9X version has been unlisted. How you doing there? Look at that. David Fowler tuned in on YouTube. Right on the nick of time. I was just about to ping you on Teams. You pinged me first. I want the 8.1. All right. Well, here's the good news. I moved everything out to directory props. Da, da, da. So we can just do that. And rebuild that. And then we'll file our issue with Custom Vision AI with the Azure folks because they locked me out of Azure. They've locked me out of my Azure service that I'm paying for. 8.1? No, I want to slide and take the latest version of everything. So here's some of the other ones down in here. Known high security vulnerability, and there's no way for me to patch those. Right, so if we do... Oh, look, it took the... Hang on. So if we grab one of these... What? Why isn't it even... Yeah, I got 8.1. There we go. Good. 8 ones. And it looked like, yep, everything built properly. So if everything built properly, let's give it a try. So the 9X version is old. Okay. You should have that reference. Okay, fine. Let's comment you out there. Rebuild. Fine, build. Come on now. Nope. Looking for a .NET 8.0 somewhere. Data security. I thought we updated that one. .NET 9. Okay, that one worked. Let's go to web and rebuild you.
Developers.
Yeah. Succeeded. So let me go back to that imports. Right? That exists somewhere. Yeah, I should be able to use that. Go rebuild that, John. There we go. So I like the new... So some of the things that we're seeing that are .NET 9, right? The new format up here... The new format that we're seeing of these, that's great, that's interesting. I don't have an action that I can take on these. Oh my gosh, there's a vulnerability. What do I do? This is being referenced by something else that's referencing it. Right? It's a transitive dependency. What do I do with that? Somewhere, system text JSON 8 is being referenced. But I just upgraded app host to .NET 9. Something, though, is referencing 8. How do I do that? How do I force that to get updated? It's a challenge. I don't know, right? I mean, that's great. You've given me a link to a GitHub advisory here. And there's all this disclaimer stuff. I want an action that I can take to resolve this. queue me up with a list of .NET add package references to add and bind the correct new versions of these things. It's a transitive dependency, though, so we're kind of toast, right? And folks in other ecosystems have the same problem. So I am not going to commit this issue report. I'll let that go. But I can only look at this and go, okay, and system text JSON is listed here 4 times.
And then?
Across 4 different projects. And it's not referenced directly in any one of those. So what's the direction that we can take to fix it is those next steps, right? And this is a preview version. It's great to know that, but let's try it out. Let's see if the application works. So we've upgraded everything to .NET 9. We're taking the latest version of the .NET Aspire packages, the 8.1 versions. And, okay, now you're telling me that stuff failed. This worked just a second ago. So why is it failing now? Yes, continuation token is assigned but never used. I know. Yeah, why are you telling me .NET 8? Why are you still looking at .NET 8? Like, where the heck is this coming from? Restart Visual Studio. Something's not unloading. Let's see what we get here. So, let's see what we get. Come on now. We're waiting. I've got 24 processors ready, loading, and set to go to build and open Visual Studio. But they're not going to run right now. Okay, building. Yes, good. That looks better. Yeah. And app host looks, the fact it got to app host is something. Yeah, there was a how do I fix this? And it's... Go back to that. Right? Install the latest version of .NET 8. I'm on .NET 9. It's a transitive dependency. It's something else that is referencing it. Get database lock. Does not have an implementation. Okay, we can't update. We got all this far, and the Postgres library we've been using does not have an implementation. It's missing. So NPG SQL history repository. So, right, this is several layers down. Right. So let's go to the website. We're going to look for GitHub and NPG SQL. This one. And it's telling me get database lock. Get database, nope. So this inherits from history repository. What is history repository? Hang on. History repository. Find that. Entity framework core migrations. Sure, give me that and let me F12 into that, John. Did they change the structure? And it's an abstract class. Here it is. Yep. They added a definition for a new method. It's not implemented yet inside the NPG library, so can't use it. I'm too old for this. Totally agree. The transitive thing's going to create a lot of errors from folks. Yep. So there's our third. Not there. Can't do it. Okay. Issues. Right, what was it saying that it needed? It's yeah, I know. So, can't update. All right. Yeah. It's the National Day of Issues. Man, I'm batting 1,000 here. Azure, OBS, Postgres. Makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Now that worked. Nope. There it is. Cannot resolve the user manager. Why? Right, we're using preview bits here, so some of these things should be ironed out when we get to the RTM. DB context configuration. Can't get my security context. Right. Try this again. So let's you got flashbacks of Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon when you said I'm too old for this. Yeah. Third-party package with preview bits. No. I am using a third-party package, and I am using preview bits. So, okay. Loading, running. There's the data migration. There it is. Get database lock. Right? So, I mean, I can turn off the migrations, I guess, and move past it because I don't have any migrations. Let's see if anybody referenced that. Nope. Is not implemented in NPG SQL history repository. History. When attempting to build with .NET 9, Preview 7, I receive an error that the get database lock method is not implemented. Put some error message in there. There you go. And I will stop. There, he doesn't need to see. They don't need to see. I don't know if it's a he. They don't need to see the rest of the goo from my project, but there they go. It's right there. Submit. There you go. Okay. Part of my job is to try and get familiar with the new stuff. So that's not going to work. All right. So maybe we skip the let the database migration stuff crash. Then I'm into this one where it can't get user manager. That's a neat trick. So that's fine. Yep, website crashed. And it's because so it's coming in from both directions here. It can't get to the Postgres, so I cannot update. That is a blocking issue for me, is what it looks like. If I take the migration service out of app host, really? This is why I normally have that turned off. Where is it? App host. Let's take migration service out of here. Yes. That can go away. And away we go. I really need to refactor some of that. I really do. Come on. So now it's not referencing the database migration service, so it shouldn't have to wait for it. However, that same migration implementation thing isn't there, but it shouldn't be trying to apply migrations. So there's the website. It says it's running. Nope. Cannot resolve. Database connections configuration. Let's look at the... So it's trying to resolve the user manager. Which is... So, suggesting try using the NPG SQL 8 packages. We can give that a shot. So if we say 8 dot star on that. I can't click. I can't click. Go find me all of those references. File types, star.csproj. No, I want to find all. You're not going to let me do that. Okay, fine. Can we at least dock that? That'll work. Go find me another one. I asked for csproj. No, it's got to be somewhere else. Yeah. That's an Aspire version. There we go. Migration service, data security. That one. Okay. Try it again using the 8.0 versions that we know are good. Yeah, and Simon, that's what we're seeing with, right, there's some system text JSON packages that are referenced by third-party packages that are 8.0. 8.0, which has an issue, has a security issue. There's an 8.06, 8.04 version that has that fixed. Can't get to it. That's not going to work. Okay. Can't find user manager. Why can't it find user manager? Let's back up. Back up. There we go. Backing up. Go down to program and where's the identity stuff? Identity. Add authentication, add identity core, Aspire user, roles, and so on and so forth. Something in here something isn't finding that properly. In the registration. Yeah, this is right. You're working in preview. You're dealing with some of the rough edges that they're trying to correct here, and giving them feedback is what we're trying to do. But this is a little bit rougher than I was expecting. Add identity core. There, try add scope user manager right there. And wasn't that one? What was the file that was erroring out for us? Where it was trying to get the user manager. That's the invite token provider? No, that's part of identity. You can generate tokens of all different types. I generate tokens to allow me to invite users to be able to log into the website, which is something that is very underdocumented. It's a really cool feature. It's in the Learn docs, but nobody uses it. Yeah. Can't get a user manager. Well, it's trying to get user manager, and it's trying to get the configuration for the security context. So back in, not that one, too many program CS files. Up here, that's where it should be registering the database context that it's trying to look for. So there's the config section name. And it should be configuring there. It's getting the database context settings. It should be configuring and loading it at that point. This is in... So that's like telling me that it doesn't have the database configuration. And it doesn't. That's not where it's supposed to be going. Comment that out for right now. I already have my one user everywhere. I don't need to do this right now. Let's try this again. It's feeling wonderful, let me tell you. No. It's not able to get the database context options for it. Hang on. Hey, look, all the new features. Hang on. This one right here. No, that's still the 8.1 version. Should be there. Hey, Reg. A sparkling day? I don't think it was using the right version. Nope, bang. Interesting. Is there a way to get nightly builds? Yes. No, I'm not using central package management, no. It's another one of those things that doesn't have tooling around it, and it's difficult to set up to get started with. So why isn't it getting the database context set up. Like, it's this bit right here that it's not setting up the database context options that contain the passwords and things in there. And it's just not hitting. I normally like to delegate, have that run somewhere else. Into the website, and there we are. So, no errors. But at the same time, I don't think it actually edited. It actually set anything up. Bang, there it is. Here's what we're going to do. So this smells like a .NET 9 thing. That's not it. And I don't need packages text. Started conversion to .NET 9. Okay. Just to make sure that I'm not completely off my rocker. Go ahead, reload, and let's restart and make sure that this works. At which point I'll chalk it up as a .NET 9 issue, and we'll table this to until some packages are updated. There's something trying to resolve. There's something trying to set up that isn't ready yet. Hey, warm peas. Like, the steps I should go through to verify that it's not something that I did wrong. Set up a new .NET Aspire project. Set it to .NET 9. Bring in the Postgres capabilities. See if I still have the same issue. Like, could have the stuff I'd rather be doing right now than error troubleshooting. Okay. Developers. So there it is, adding the reference. Feels like a .NET 9 thing. Okay. Somebody was asking about GitHub on personal projects. Yep. Exactly. This is a perfect... That was yesterday, Simon. You're right. Gosh, it cost me so much to sign up for GitHub. No, GitHub is free. GitHub is completely free. And there, I just rolled back a complete version in 5 seconds, tested and verified that there's something wrong in the next version. And now I can flip back to that other version and tinker with it if I wanted to. Let me show you how I would do this project dependency investigation. I'm going to go and start a .NET Aspire starter app. I'm going to call this Postgres investigation. Oh, let's put it on D, my dev drive. You're kidding, right? Okay. .NET 9 is not in the box. Okay. Nope. So we gotta go update it by hand. That's fine. That's fine. Nothing referenced there. All referencing .NET 9 now. Yeah. Make sure it starts before I go and start bringing in the Postgres stuff. It starts. Can I get to the front end website? Yep. And it does bring in the weather from the other API service. Good. Let's add Postgres. Manage NuGet packages. Browse. Aspire. Postgres. I want the Postgres hosting. Yep, that one. Thank you. And it'd be great if I could change the project in here. If only I knew the guy who helped design that thing. Give me 1 second here. I'm happy to answer your question. Aspire NPG SQL. That one. Smoking Addiction with a question here. Any ideas how I can convince my company to upgrade to newer versions of .NET? It's a pretty large company, so I want to know the pros and cons of upgrading from .NET 6 to 8. I doubt it breaks any previous things, but .NET 6's support is ending soon. It is. .NET 8 is fully backwards compatible with .NET 6. You are going to see changes in Blazor. Changes for the better. But all the things you did with Blazor in .NET 6 work in .NET 8 if you just change version numbers directly and upgrade package versions. Everything should work when you go from 6 to 8. Things like this that I'm going through upgrading to .NET 9 have already been glossed over, fixed, and made to update there. Do you use AngularJS? Cool. So you're probably doing things with APIs, whether it's controllers or minimal APIs. All of that stuff will work exactly the same when you upgrade. So go through the process that I'm doing here. Reach into the CS files, change it to .NET 8, upgrade your package versions, and you should be in good shape. So that all worked, and, well, work is a relative term. App host. Let's add a Postgres database. No, I said var. No, db host equals builder add. Really? Postgres. Let's call this DB. I can't call it DB host. Do not name your Aspire services with anything that is uppercase. It must be lowercase because it's a container, so it will not work with with uppercase stuff. There are constraints on there. If we were to do something like that, there should probably be an analyzer that chimes in and says you can't do that. I want this with PG admin. Thank you so much. Yeah, give me the data volume. Why not? Okay. Equals, yep, DB host, add database. There is no with schema. Feels bad, man. with reference DB. So now they're connected, and we should be able to see that they are connected and running out there. How would it know if it's used as part of Aspire? It's an Aspire API. I'm inside Program CS. This is an Aspire contract. These are distributed application builder extension methods. That's an Aspire construct and an Aspire API. Those things should have, for resource names, should be all lowercase. If you do anything uppercase, it chokes and gets ugly. That worked. Right? If I call this a database of Doom, heck, let's even break some more rules. Put some spaces in there. Yeah. Like, give me an analyzer that reports that. You know what I'm saying? It's a quality of life thing. So, all right, so that does work. So let's create a simple database over here and connect it up on the website. I will create a new database. I'll just call this DB. Let's call it my context. Right? DB context. And it needs DB context options for my context. Options. Okay. I'll create a class over here. Person. Suggest to me how I should fill this out, Copilot. Give me some simple person fields. Sure, that's fine. Let's create a database set. Public DB set. Let's call it person. People I get, but person. Yeah, Simon, I would be very interested in a .NET analyzer with a fixer that automatically formats to lowercase and removes those extra characters or replaces them with hyphens, something like that. Hyphens in the case of spaces, right? Kind of give you a suggested default. Fine. Very simple there. I can go back up here to get me back into program for the website. This one. So I should be able to say builder, add that, my context. Thank you so much. I don't have to do all that stuff. I should be able to just specify the name of it. Did I miss the method? Am I referencing the wrong one here? Aspire NPG SQL. Builder and NPG. No, it's off of there. Yeah, there it is, connection name. My context. Right, and we called it DB. Very high tech. Very, very high tech. Analyzers for fixes. Yeah, the fixers and analyzers are not trivial to write. Okay, so the website loads. back over here. Let's go to not the Blazor routes, the home page, and let's inject my context. On initialized override. We're gonna. I don't know. Public string database name. Database name equals context database. I don't know, something like that. Nope, you're not going to give me the syntax highlighting. Is it because it's still running? Nope, not going to get the syntax highlighting. Feels bad, man. Okay. Nope. Fine, I don't care. Go ahead, run it. You're hearing an echo in my voice? Really? Anybody else hearing an echo? Because I don't see it in my audio here. Oh, I forgot. This should be async. Yeah. Do that again. A little quiet? So I had bumped up a little bit louder earlier. Fine, I don't care. Database at database name. Do it. I want to see that it's actually reaching into the database and running on it. I'm not doing any migrations. I'm not doing anything yet. Just try and connect to it and get a database context pass through. Nope, that works. So there's something else configured wrong in my application. Oh boy. Great. Just great. Just great. Just great. Feels wonderful. Right, I called it Shore Net 9. So there's something about my configuration that's wrong. Great. Well, that makes me feel good. Okay, good. Yeah, there it is. That's the syntax that I used to get that loaded up. Oh, you know what? It was on the user manager. Well, it was the user manager trying to set up the database context. But even when I took that out of there, it was when it was trying to reach into the database. Rerun this. Let's see. Oh, the versioning on Pomelo? Yeah, that's a problem. I do prefer using Git from the command line instead of Visual Studio. I'm old school like that. I'm also... I personally get lost in the icons and toolbar buttons and features in Visual Studio around the source control management experience because I personally don't feel that it's very intuitive. It's much more intuitive in Visual Studio Code. You'll see me use it there before I'll use it in and there's the error. Before I'll use it in Visual Studio. I've been vocal about this for 3 or 4 years. I really don't like the Visual Studio source control experience. I much prefer doing it at the command line. Do I recommend Dapper for SQL connection or do it the old school way? What do you mean by a SQL connection? And what do you mean by the old school way? Let me make sure I understand the scope of what you're talking about. Are you talking about using ADODB connections with ADODB record sets and passing those around? Or are you talking about entity framework? Dapper is a fantastic tool. I prefer using Dapper for executing stored procedures. I'm not a fan of how stored procedures work inside entity framework. I think it's kludgy and clumsy. Dapper is quite elegant in how it returns content. You use the Git window in Visual Studio for staging commit messages. Don't get me wrong, the autocomplete for some of those and AI that comes in and suggests stuff in there is really cool. When I'm in the flow and I'm coding, I don't want to wait 5 to 10 seconds for it to generate a commit message for me. Go away. What is my day-to-day job? Ask Zero on YouTube. I am if you were to look at what I've actually been doing over the past month, you'd think that my day job was to just call colleges and insurance companies and mechanics all day, because that's that's been a lot of what I've been doing recently is fighting with mechanics and colleges and banks and doctors and insurance companies. And it is so darn distracting, and it is so annoying, and gets me completely out of what I should be doing. It's the worst job ever. Seriously, I would pay somebody $100 a month to be my health insurance concierge. Hey, the health insurance company didn't pay the right amount on this invoice. Can you go make the phone call to the doctor, to the insurance company, and get this negotiated and worked out? Hey, we need to file this claim with the insurance company. The way that the doctor's office files the claim is wrong for our insurance company. Can you go file this claim for me? It is such a pain in the neck. It takes me 20 minutes to a half an hour to do each time that one of my family members goes to the doctor. It is awful. And this is why old folks in the United States, quite frankly, are getting robbed blind by the health insurance companies. They are. So, Able Pay Health. Interesting. Entity framework for administration parts of the app, I think. Well, I'm not going to draw a line there. Entity framework for a bunch of stuff that is that typical CRUD you would do with a single table. The create, read, update, delete with a single table. Go for it. Works fantastic. It's really cool stuff. Anything that you need to do that has advanced SQL interactions with the database, joins that are more than one table, store procedure. Store procedure every day of the week and twice on Thursday. Like, so most of the stuff that I'm doing here with the Postgres database that I'm working with, it's a simple join into one additional table. Big deal. Cannot resolve scoped service for the context from root provider. It's right there. And this is inside my repository. And this works just fine. And this works just... So I'm not actually doing this. Is it not scoped in the new version? The system is very broken. Ridiculously broken. A lot of questions? That's okay. Happy to answer. Yeah, fine. If we view the details... Nope, no inner exception. Just cannot resolve the scope service for it. That feels bad. What if I were to just request the Aspirify security context on this? No, no, stop building. What if I were to just request that directly? Right? Let it manage the fetching and configuring of all that. I don't think this is going to work because requesting the user manager couldn't get it either. Which tells me there's a mismatch somewhere else. It's one of these days, man. Like, there was a day last week where literally... And it's... Nothing works. Nothing works. Yep, there it is. Crash. Oh, wait a sec. We're in middleware. We're in middleware. The game is afoot now. Now, and the call stack isn't showing me anything. Right, if I step in... Ugh.
Oh my.
It's trying to get the configuration. There's a component referencing it somewhere. Where is that? You. Show me. It's in the repository object. Yeah, it's when it's injecting the repository. Yeah. It's trying to resolve the repository object that's being referenced inside of these other objects, and it can't create it. No, Copilot's not going to be able to answer this one. So why can't it find... Why can't it find the database context options? My brain's turning to mush, Simon. I'm sorry, I don't understand. You've confused the snot out of me there. Like, I'm hitting the wall. Like, the amount of recognition and error researching and fighting here, I'm hitting the end of my rope and the end of my patience to deal with this. These are the 8 versions. What if I just take this version back to 8? Right? Like, because I know it works for 8. Something isn't registering those properly for the 9.0 version of this. Tag was not closed. Where? Oh. There we go. Nope, didn't work. Failed. No. That feels bad. No, this is... It somehow got confused here. Yeah, look at this. That built. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. See what we get. But there's... If this works, then there's something in the 9.0 versions of Entity Framework that isn't registering the context options properly. And that's a bit of feedback to take back to the Entity Framework team. Like, if everything else is the same... Okay, so Entity Framework 9 is not compatible. Interesting. I mean, I'll take it. Running on .NET 9. There it is. That's the wrong version of .NET Aspire. Well, I haven't run it. That detection gimmick in a while. And I really should turn it into a proper build step, but I'm lazy. What can I tell you? This one. Where is it? Debug run. I don't want to run .NET Watch. That's interesting. Run .NET Watch was on the line there. There you go. So next steps we need to look at then are going to be, does this build on GitHub Actions? If it does, I don't know if it will, because do we have .NET 9 containers yet? If we don't have .NET 9 containers, I can't deploy. Should have looked that up earlier, shouldn't I? Should have looked that up earlier. Should have. I'm going to reject the request for Papyrus and Light Mode. I'm sorry. It not a good day for me to try and work through those right now. And there we go. .NET 9 Aspire. But even then, the .NET 9 version that's down there, I want it to say preview something. Like, I want it to say preview. Layout, footer. It just grabs the environment version right there. Right. Oh, that's neat. Version is 9.0.0. You're not going to show me a preview item in there? No. Oh, yeah. Is the .NET, is the -1 in the revision? Is that the way to indicate that it's a preview? Right? First off, why is it saying environment.version is null? But when I step into it, I got a version out of it. Major version is -1. Look at that. Major revision, minor revision. Revision is -1. What if we take a look at... Give me that immediate window. Right, what if we said type of... what's something that's in the ASP.NET Core that we can grab? Give me something in program. Web application builder. Right? Web application builder. Right? You can find that, can't you? There it is. .assembly.version. I don't know why I'm not getting... There it is. There's the version hanging out there with the preview. So there's the full name. Let's reach into full name. No. All right, I'll ask Copilot. Get the assembly version web application builder is in, complete with the preview revision. Yeah. No. I'm in the assembly at this point. Are there custom attributes on the assembly? I don't know. Tell me something what that is. Come on now. Oh, thank you, Null Chef. Oh, my goodness. I'm not going to get a new process and start .NET. No. Sorry, you got some misspellings in there that are a little unfortunate. All right, so what do we have here? Ah! So if we grab that, I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot better. So if we were to grab that from, if we were to say foo dot split and split it on the plus and take the 0th entry. So version is a version. I don't want it to be. I don't. Right, because it does version to string. So if I change this to a string, I don't need that there. I've angered it. Try it again. Yep, everything before the plus. Yeah, I didn't want to... It doesn't make sense to start .NET and grab the version out of .NET. Like, I don't need to do that because I'm already looking at the assemblies. I'm already working and I'm already inside of them. I should be able to just reach out and say, give me your version. Yep, there we go. So, bring you over here. That's not it. That's not it. What the heck? No. It's like it started giving me the browser tab and it released and gave me the next browser tab. There we go. Running on .NET 9, preview 7, blah, 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 blah. Cool. I like that a little bit better. And then when I'm on... Yeah. Right, that'll always work because then it'll give me... Yeah. So let's commit those changes. Fixed. I'm going to add the footer separately. Fixed .NET version reporting. Rolled back EF to .NET 8. Next steps. No. The other one that I don't like working on inside of Visual Studio is the GitHub Actions. Like, GitHub Actions in Visual Studio? Ugh. Ugh. What? Do release versions of .NET have a plus in them as well? No. Alright. Close all this junk. Close everything. Back to GitHub. Build and test. So... Right, it's going to set up and look for a version of .NET to run. I don't have a global JSON in here, do I? No. Well... Let's see what it's doing. Aspirify net website. Yep, create the pull request and let's see if it's actually able to build. And here. Let's see if it actually gets .NET 9. There will be another, right, there's another roadblock if it can't get .NET 9. Okay, checking out the code. These things usually are like screaming fast up here. What the heck? Global JSON was not found. No .NET version will be installed. .NET version output will not be set. I don't think we got it. I don't think we got it. Hey, Crows. Thank you for the
4K just
resub.
Resubscribed for 70 months. Bowler.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah. So it's on the 8.0 SDK, so we need a global JSON so that it knows which version. .NET new global JSON. It's kind of ugly. Not gonna lie, kind of ugly. There's a format for this.
Developers.
Valpin, thank you for the follow. And Visual Studio knows how to suggest stuff for it. Right, allow pre-release, true, roll forward, minor. And that should still run. Make sure it runs here and then we'll push it up. Yep, put the global JSON out there to force GitHub to go find the .NET 9 stuff. So, built, runs properly. Let's go push the global JSON up. Yep, that's fine. You're just looking for browsers to open and attach to. That's not it either. Whatever. Add all the things. Added global JSON with .NET 9. So, and this is because I'm not on a release version. And it closed my other browser, didn't it? There it is right there. See what we get. Set up .NET Core. No! It is ignoring .NET 9. Yeah. Oh, no, look at that. Hang on. There it is, .NET 9. Went and got .NET 9. Installing. Ah, good. Okay. I thought it was ignoring it when I saw that's the existing file that's there, installed version. And it went and got .NET 9 for us. Okay. It's actually into running the unit test now. Now, the real game is going to be... Yep, their test results built, and they're all successful. Good. So everything built successfully. Next steps. Does this use the .NET 9 versions of the containers? Is there a .NET 9 version of the containers? Let's find out. Hub, Docker, Com, which isn't where it is. It's on somewhere on a Microsoft repository. I forget what it's called. I'm just going to look for .NET. Yeah, it's... No. That's neat. Packetto build packs. Who are you? No matter. The Docker file. And for some reason it doesn't use the Docker file. So this is here's a question for... Yeah. I need to talk to some of our Docker folks at Microsoft. How do you change the Docker file for a .NET Aspire deployment? Boy. Search. ASP.NET. .NET SDK preview. I do not see 9 in there. Oh, there they are. There is. So maybe it will get it. Let's find out. I'm okay with deploying this, I guess. Right? I mean, it's all containerized. Containerificated. So the custom Docker file with Aspire is to add something for .NET Aspire to build as a Docker image. I'm inside of a project. I'm inside of a .NET project. That's an option, but when you do that, you completely lose debug capabilities. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? I have to roll back. Here we go. Seven minutes for the deployment to roll through here. If it's going to error out on the build process, no, it won't happen until the very end is when it builds the containers. We'll find out. Yeah, it doesn't actually build anything with AZD until down here under deploy application. It doesn't actually... Whoop. No, post checkout. We're good. Oh, wait a sec. Oh, wait a sec. Okay. So, we merged, but did not deploy. It's time for everybody's favorite game. How do I fix my CI?
And then?
Okay. Setup.NET Core we need to add into here.
Developers.
I'd like to thank Visual Studio Code for not following the YAML requirements for spacing. Updated deploy action to install .NET. Here we go. Do it again. And once again, this is a step that I need to add because I'm using a preview version. So, set up .NET Core. Installed version is 808. There it's getting the 90100 version. Install AZD. AZD version installed. Here it is logging into Azure. Here we go. The fact that it took 20 seconds to log into Azure there makes me feel funny. Don't like that. Install the workloads. Good. Restoring packages. Now we should get the 9.0 versions. And if everything runs correctly here... Show me some version numbers here, friends. Okay, that looks like it ran properly. Identify the Aspire version. Aspire version 8.10. Here it is, building, built common, fine. With .NET 9. Cool, service defaults, building that. So here it's just building the DLLs. It's building the libraries for the application. We should get into publish test results here in just a second. There we go. There's the website. There's the unit tests. Running the unit tests. Publishing the test results. All green. Good. Here's the part where we're going to wait it. We're going to be waiting. And it's publishing to Azure. Because it has to upload all the things. For some reason, it just takes forever. And it's provisioning and making sure that the correct things are present out there. Warm fuzzies when it all goes green. Totally agree. Totally agree. So, I have a script to clear out old container versions. Inside my container registry here, there's literally hundreds of versions of Aspirify.net website containers out there that do all kinds of older crap. So I need to get that cleaned up because I'm going to run out of space there soon. Oh boy. All right, storage account. See, each one of these in the provisioning takes a good 20-30 seconds, and then when it goes to deploy, each one of the containers takes a good 15-20 seconds to deploy, and there's about a half dozen containers that make up Aspirify.net. But after it's done deploying, I'm going to reach into the output cache and flush it. So, and most times I don't really care when it deploys about when the output cache is updated. But this time I think we want to see that it's been updated and that it's running on .NET 9 and .NET Aspire 8.1. So, but there's definitely a couple things that we need to take from this. The .NET Aspire 9 packages aren't actually the latest versions. They're older versions that haven't been rebuilt yet. Don't take them yet. Entity Framework 9 and the Postgres libraries to work with Entity Framework 9. They're not ready for prime time. Continue working with the .NET 8 versions. They're compatible with .NET 9. And for being in a preview mode, I'm okay with that. These are the types of things that because we're not using an RTM version, you kind of expect and you're going to step into some of that mud with. And I'm okay with that. It's frustrating, to be sure. But we'll get through it. Here we are, building, and this is going to build the container for each one of these and push it out there. And there it is. We're dead. Warning, warning, warning. See, it's building the container. What do we got? No. This is beyond us. This isn't us. This is the build runner inside of AZD. Are we still running? Good. Okay. We can't deploy yet. I need to roll back to the .NET. What the heck are you doing? No, 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 no. I need to roll back that version. So we need to do a little bit of Git gymnastics here. So let's do a git checkout, and let's go back to creating chore net9. Sure, go back over there. And we're not going to be able to deploy. Yep, I know. Upstream is gone. Git push and track it on the upstream. Thank you. Git checkout main. Git reset hard, and we're going to reset to 956 Delta Foxtrot 5 Charlie. And we are going to push force. That shouldn't build. Yeah, did not build. But we're rolled back. Cool. Right? Yep. Okay. Let's set up the pull request. And we're going to call this migrating to .NET 9. So the AZD script doesn't know how to build, doesn't know how to work with the .NET 9 capabilities yet. So, that's fine. I'll pass along the message, and we'll kind of park for right now. So, Copilot works with 1711 Visual Studio? Sure. So, yeah. I need to call it a stream here. I think we got to an interesting place. The application is out there. It's still running. It's still in a serviceable and running state. We didn't get to the features that I wanted to build and add into this today, but I think we did get through and work on and find some interesting things that are going to help us as we migrate and try to set up and do more with .NET 9 in the future. We haven't even tried to use any .NET 9 features yet, but we know for the .NET 9 migration story at this point, we know that the NPG SQL, right, that's the Postgres libraries that we're using, is not ready yet. Don't touch that yet. We also know that Entity Framework Core isn't resolving context options properly with .NET 9. I'm not going to dig any further on that, except that trying to reference and use that inside Aspirify doesn't find it, doesn't resolve it properly. No, it has not been released. Preview 7 of .NET 9 was released. It's the last preview version before they start getting into the release candidates. So, .NET 9 will be released in November as part of .NET Conf. We also learned that the .NET Aspire packages, you should be using the 8.1 series because they're the 9 series wasn't built on the stuff. It was built on an earlier version, and it's not ready for it. I'm going to share actually some of that build telemetry with the team. Looks like it's a known issue even with 80400 when it's trying to publish telemetry. And there's a couple other reports of it too. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. Yeah. So, cool. So, looks like it's known issue and folks are already working on that. Yep, cool. So we might actually get a little bit of action on that sooner than later. Cool. Yep, many folks do try to be on the LTS. .NET 9 is not an LTS. It's going to be an STS version. However, because I work on the team, it's kind of important that I stay on the latest version. Is there any tool which can publish artifacts of .NET Aspire projects to a folder? Well, let's make sure, right, let's back up a second. .NET Aspire stops with your developer tooling. You can still build and work with your projects and publish them wherever you can still build and execute .NET publish commands on your projects the way you were, and they'll write them out to the appropriate folders. You don't have to do anything special to make that happen. There's nothing different in .NET Aspire to do that versus in just plain .NET. .NET Aspire, though, stops at the point when you build a .NET Aspire system, not a project, not a solution, but when you build a .NET Aspire system, it gives you a manifest that explains how to configure, build, and deploy all of the projects and resources that are part of it. There's nothing that will take that and create a file system somewhere to do that. There are tools that, like AZD, that'll turn around and publish to Azure. There's also a tool called Aspirate that'll generate a Docker Compose file for you, or the appropriate Kubernetes configuration for you, so you can build to and deploy to Kubernetes. You have options there. Yeah, that's okay. I'll let Planet Call's message come through. You recently started migrating from ASF apps to containers using Dapper. Seems you also need to learn Aspire now. So .NET Aspire, right? We have to call it .NET Aspire, not just Aspire. There's plenty of other technology things out there that are called Aspire, so we have to call it .NET Aspire. Anyways, so .NET Aspire will help you running Dapper, D-A-P-R, set up sidecars for various projects. It'll set up and orchestrate and manage containers for you for other applications. It'll coordinate not just .NET applications, but also Python and Node applications as well. And can even run executables for you. So you don't need to use it, but it's going to help make running and orchestrating some of those things a lot easier. So, you may be in my area soon. Let me know. Let me know. I do need to wrap things up. I need to move on. I've got to get ready. I've got some things this afternoon that I am working on for .NET Conf. Focus on AI. So I need to get rolling over there for that. That's a little bit loud, not going to lie. There we go. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure writing code with you today. We learned a bit. We've gotten to a point where we've actually run into a known issue with the new version of the .NET command line and how it works out there. We'll get some feedback. We'll get some solutions for that, and hopefully we get a deployment with a new version of .NET 9 that we can publish and work with. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me see who else is streaming on the big Twitch TV network. If you're watching on YouTube, I've got lots of great videos available for you just below and also over here. Depends on which application, YouTube application you're using. Taking a look here, I'm going to get you rated to... Oh, let's see. Who should I get you rated into? We've rated him a couple times. We haven't rated her in forever. You know what? I don't think she's in English today. So we're gonna have to pass on that. Don't get me wrong. Let's get you sent over to our friend Lana Lux. Here comes the raid call, and we will join Lana as she continues building and working on a video game that she's created called Strain. You can find Strain. There's a post about it on Steam. You can check it out. It's a post-apocalyptic first-person game that she's been building. All right? Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you maybe over the weekend. We'll try and get a stream in. All right? Have a great rest of your day wherever you might be. I wish you good health and good coding. Take care.